Hello and welcome to this video from Sorare Assist. Want to know which players are going to get you those all important points at a budget price? Then make sure you stick around, because I've been scouting every region and I'll be sharing my findings in this video today. Before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, then welcome. If you're looking for the Sorare tutorials, scouting and other Sorare content, then you're in the right place. If you found this video useful, then please push that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel by pushing that big red button below and ping that notification bell to be the first to be alerted about any new content. If you haven't signed up to Sorare yet, then what are you waiting for? Get signed up using the link below to get a free rare card and 10 common cards. If you have any questions or thoughts about today's videos, then please drop them in the comments below. Right now that's out of the way, let's get stuck into today's content. So in this video series, I'll be highlighting budget options in every region over a number of weeks. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll be highlighting players in regions and also in leagues as well in each videos, depending on how many budget options I've come up with in each category. All these players are around or below £100 at the time of recording. Some are as low as £30 and at most £150 for maybe strikers or more elite players. These players are all good enough to hit the ETH thresholds in most weeks, even if you're using a common keeper. These selections also tie in with my video on building a Sorare team from zero to hero, where the principle was to use 4 rare cards and a common keeper to get those ETH thresholds most weeks. A link is in the description below if you do want to watch that. So due to this, I won't be highlighting goalkeepers on this video series, because if there's a slight chance a goalkeeper will play, their price is going to be high. There's no such thing as a budget keeper really in today's market for a quality starting goalkeeper. But with the players highlighted, you should be able to use a decent common keeper and still at those ETH thresholds, and then potentially save up with the prize that you win for your first rare keeper. If you already have a rare keeper, that's even better. So the idea is that these players will be able to get you around 50 points on average amongst your 4 outfield players. This will get you 200 points, plus add on top of that the percentage bonuses of your cards and your common keeper score, of course, and there's a high chance you could also reach the higher threshold payout. Now I bet you're thinking that it's hard for your players to score 50 every week. Well, they don't have to. If one player scores 70, then one of your other players can be excused for scoring 30 points, as that's still an average of 50 points between 2 players. The players highlighted have all the right statistics and history of good scores to hit those thresholds. They're also expected to start most games or are already seeing regular game times for the club. And the good thing is, they're available at a budget price. I'm highlighting their scoring history and looking at their prices on the market at the time of recording. So today I'm going to be concentrating on the Champion Asia region. I'll be highlighting defenders, midfielders and forwards. Okay, so on to the first selection then. So first up, I've gone for Lee Tae-hee of Sungram FC, 29-year-old defender. Scores are looking very, very good. He's got some good green numbers there. And he's got some good average scores as well. And his average price is £36 on the rares. So I'm just going to be looking at the rare price at the moment. I know that the limited ones is there, but you can see that on the screen as well if you wanted to look at that. So his average price is around £36.35, which looks absolutely brilliant for a defender who's showing some decent numbers. Next up, I've gone for Lee Yong of Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors FC, 34-year-old defender. Now, I know he's a little bit older, but don't let that put you off. He has got a contract with Jeonbuk until the end of December 2023. So he's expected to play the rest of this season and also play next season as well. And as you can, if you look at his per 90 minutes, he is actually playing 90 minutes in most games. He rarely plays the odd like 60 minutes, 80 minutes, that sort of thing. He does seem to be regular and play 90 minutes, which shows that he is still fit and able to play consistently every game, even at 34. And his scores are absolutely brilliant as well, as you can see here. And the utility that you can get from this guy, rest of this season of course, and next season, I think this looks like an absolute steal. Average price of around £52.26. So next player we've gone for is Alexander Andrijevic of Guangzhou FC. 29-year-old defender. Price, scores wise, as you can see, he's played a few games. Not played that many games yet, but he is getting the consistent minutes now, and his scores are looking very good as well. As you can see, there's a few green numbers here in his score graph. Price wise is only around £46, which I think looks absolutely brilliant. So next up we've gone for Guak Yun Ho, 25-year-old defender for Suwon FC. Scores wise, as you can see, he's just come into the team recently. He's getting minutes now, and with a handful of games that he's had, he's got three scores of 70 or above, which is absolutely fantastic. For £59, I think this guy looks absolutely brilliant at only 25 as well. So next up, I've gone for Yuki Nagami of Sanfrecce Hiroshima, 30-year-old defender. Scores speak for themselves, absolutely brilliant. Lots of green there. He's even got 100 recently, a score of 100. So it does look a very, very good option, and you can bag him for around £65. Next option I've gone for is Takasaki Takasa Morishima of Sanfrecce Hiroshima again. This guy, same player as the last guy, is a midfielder. This one, only 24, so he is young. Scores are looking very, very good, and the stats as well, of course, as with all these players. And is available for around £116 for a midfielder who's this young and showing these sort of numbers. I think that looks like an absolute bargain. Another player that impressed is Kenta Nashizawa, 24-year-old midfielder of Shimizu S-Pulse. Now this guy is slightly under the radar. He's been a bit in and out of the team at the moment. Now I don't know if this was due to injury or what, but as you can see, did not play as sub. But he has played the last two, look. He started the last two. If you look at his scores here, they're absolutely brilliant. His numbers look brilliant as well, in terms of stats, in terms of passing, crosses, key passes, tackles, that sort of thing. And if you look at his scores when he was consistently playing, look at this. He looks absolutely fantastic. And he is only 24, and you can get him for around £46. So I think that is absolutely brilliant. If he needs to cement his place back in the team, which he looks like he has done recently, then I think this guy is a very, very good budget option. Another midfielder I've gone for is Juan Alano, 24-year-old midfielder from Kashima Antlers. His scores look absolutely brilliant. As you can see in this area, he was on a fine run of form. Then he was in and out of the team here. But when he was playing, look, he's getting some 60s, and obviously when he was consistently playing, he was getting some fantastic numbers. Again, this guy is only 24, so he's still young, and £56 for a 24-year-old. I think this looks an absolute bargain. Next up is Tatsuki Seko, 23-year-old, so another youngster, midfielder again from Yokohama FC. Scores look absolutely fantastic, really, for a guy who's 23 and playing in a side that's not doing that well, but he still managed to get these scores. So I think he looks like a viable option, especially if he gets a transfer to another team. It looks like a very good option at this young age, and is available for around £72, which I think looks absolutely fantastic. Another player that's impressed me recently, or one that I've actually bought as well, is Shun Nakamura. He's only 27. He's recently transferred to this team, and I think he's going to do absolutely brilliant. So I know he's played here for them, as you can see, 78 minutes. And I think he's going to be a first team player for Asvispa Fukuoka. His stats look absolutely brilliant in terms of his passing numbers and that sort of thing. He's not really been able to prove it yet, because as you can see, well, he's got a couple of good minutes here for his old club, and as you can see, there are good scores. These ones, though, look, he's not really playing 90 minutes. He did here, he got good scores, got a bit of a low score there, but played 90 minutes there for his old club and got a good score, 71. But these lower numbers are mostly when he was just coming on as bit parts in the team. This one's 90 minutes there, that's why it's got a good score. That one's 20 minutes. So as you can see, this match here is actually live at the moment as I'm recording. So this game here is actually live, so don't let that deter you. But he's played 2 games now for his new club. He started this game, he's played 78 minutes, and he's also in the starting lineup for this game as well, which is currently in play, so don't let that score deceive you. But looking at his stats, this guy could be absolutely fantastic. He's 27 midfielder, and you can get him for around £27. I think that is an absolute bargain for this guy, and it's one that I've actually bought myself. So next up then is Takeru Kishimoto, 24-year-old of Tokushima Vortis, midfielder this one. Scores looking very, very good, as you can see here. A little bit more expensive than the last few that I've just highlighted, around £88. But as you can see from his scores, he is doing very, very well on the scoring department. So it could be a very good option, even at this price point. Another guy that I've gone for is Kim Do-hyuk, 29-year-old midfielder of Incheon United. Scores look very, very impressive, as you can see here. Getting consistent minutes. He did not play here. I don't know why that was. Don't know if it was resting him or if he got an injury or something like that. But when he is playing, he is getting some very good minutes. He's got some good scores. He's got 100 points here, look, in 81 minutes. 64 there in 90. So at this price here, £26, I think this guy looks like a decent option for a rotation player. So playing him when he does play, and he is playing a lot of games, for £26 you can't really go wrong. Next player I've gone for is Han Seung-gyu, 24-year-old midfielder of Suwon FC. Now this guy is, well, he transferred to Suwon at the beginning of this season, I believe. I thought he was going to get in the team, but he's not really got in the team. I don't know if he's been injured or something. But as you can see here, he's played, well, just 17 minutes, but he got 70 score. And he's had a couple of bit parts here. But if this guy can get back in the team, if we look at his scores when he was playing regularly for his old club, he looks like a fantastic option, this guy. And for only 23, again, it could be another brilliant option for your SO5 teams at a budget price. Another player that's very impressive is Alexander Palasevic of Seoul. Midfielder, 27-year-old. Scores-wise, looks absolutely brilliant. If we go to the full history, he's got 300s there. Absolutely brilliant form in this period, look. And his scores here look very, very impressive as well. Now, he has had a little bit of a dip in form, as you can see here. And that's potentially why his price is only £100, which I think is fantastic, because he's got the potential and stats actually to be one of the best midfielders in the Asia division, especially when he's showing this kind of form that he did here, as you can see, which looks absolutely fantastic. He's got 3 100 scores there, which is very, very good. So yeah, I think at 106 this guy looks like a very good option. So the next player is Lee Seung-gi, 33-year-old midfielder from Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors. Scores speak for themselves. Absolutely brilliant scores here. 100 point here as well. He's got a 100 score there. So he does look absolutely brilliant in terms of his scores. Price wise, you can get him for around £45. Now that's potentially because he is 33, but there's a long way to go in this season yet in the K League. It'll end towards the end of this year. So £45, I think this looks like a very good option for a guy who's going to be getting you some good numbers here, as you can see. So the last option is the only forward I could find. As we know, forwards are very expensive, so it's very difficult to find a forward in the Asia region that fits into the budget category, because there's not many options really forwards in terms of players that are really, really good in the Champion Asia. Due to that, most of the forwards are very highly priced. But this guy is the cheapest I could find. He's only 26, plays for Sungram FC, and that is Fejsal Mulik. So, like I say, he's 235, which is the average, but this is the cheapest forward I could find for a decent forward as well. Scores wise, as you can see, he has shown some very good numbers. He's capable of getting these higher scores as well. His shots on target look very impressive, or shots in general. He's getting plenty of shots during a game, and that usually equals goals, which will equal these higher points. He does rely on the goals though to get the points, because he doesn't really do much else apart from shoot. He's more of a goal poacher, this guy, but he is more than capable of getting some goals, as you can see from his higher scores highlighted here. So that was all the selections today. I hope you found some of these selections useful, and maybe go away with them, do your own research on these guys as well, and see if you fancy buying any of them, especially the ones that are around £20. I don't think you can really go wrong with them ones, because like I say, they are also in the right stats, so as long as they start playing regular minutes for the club, they should be rewarding you with some fantastic points. If you have any thoughts on today's videos, then drop them in the comments below. Let me know if you purchased any suggested players, or who you have your eye on, and don't forget to report back your success using the strategy that these scouting are based on, which is obviously getting your club from zero to hero. Check out the video, which is obviously on my channel. If you enjoyed this video, then please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to pin that notification bell to be the first informed about any new videos. You can also follow us on Twitter, Sorare, and Instagram. And also check out our free website, which has free resources on there for Sorare, of course. And that is SorareAssist.com. All links are in the description below. There's also a link in the description below if you want to get signed up today and access those all-important free cards. Okay, that's it from me. I'll see you on the next video. See you again soon.